What if I told you that your self-sabotaging behaviors are actually your subconscious mind trying to keep you safe, and that there is absolutely nothing wrong with you, and in fact, your brain is working perfectly as designed? If you've ever procrastinated on something you knew would change your life, or you kept going back to that same relationship that you knew wasn't healthy for you, or you kept undercharging in your business, or you struggled to lose weight, or found yourself getting so close to your goal only to get in your own way again, then this video is especially for you. Because today I'm going to show you what's really happening in your subconscious and unconscious mind that causes self sabotage, and more importantly, what you can do to change it. If you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Jess, and for the past 10 years, I've worked with hundreds of people around the world, helping them to eliminate their subconscious patterns that keep them stuck in self sabotage. And I specialize in reprogramming the subconscious and the unconscious mind so that people can stop fighting against themselves and become the person they know they're capable of becoming. And after working with people for the last decade, there's one thing I've learned that completely changed how I see self sabotage. Well, there's a few things. Your self sabotaging behaviors are survival adaptations. Now, I'll explain more about this later in the video, but first, I want to share with you how I got into this line of work. I used to be a master self saboteur. I'd try to force myself to pick healthier partners only to find myself getting bored and then going back to the same dysfunctional dynamics I used to feel so comfortable in, let's put it that way. I decided I was finally going to reach my ideal weight. And then, right when I noticed I was starting to look good, I'd find myself reaching for another bowl of chocolate ice cream, which is my weakness. And I'd tell myself today is the day I'm finally going to film that YouTube video. And then I'd spend hours trying to make every little detail perfect until I completely burned myself out and felt exhausted. Now, I was getting in my own way. It was like I was running a race, and then I decided to trip myself in the middle of the race as I was getting close to the finish line. I know what to do. I was motivated to get results, and yet I was still getting in my own way. I would consciously want one thing, and then another part of me would destroy it as soon as I got close to getting it. If you've ever experienced this too, let me know in the comments down below what's going on for you. Maybe you know you should raise your prices, but you don't. You know you need to post consistently, but somehow you keep finding another thing to do. I get it. Or maybe you sign up for too many courses and end up feeling burned out and overwhelmed. It feels like one part of you is pressing on the gas, trying to get you to your destination, and there's another part of you pulling the emergency brake at the same time. Now, I'll tell you this right now. You don't have a motivation problem or a discipline problem or a willpower problem. Your subconscious mind doesn't care about your goals. It cares about your survival. Its number one job is to keep you alive. And it doesn't care whether or not you're successful or happy. It doesn't care if you're wealthy. It doesn't care if you're fulfilled. All it cares about is that you're alive and safe. That's its number one priority. And your subconscious mind only cares about the quantity of your life. That's how long you live. It wants you to live a long time. Your conscious mind cares about the quality of your life. That's the part of you that wants that amazing relationship, to have that career that feels good, to have that body you feel comfortable in. Now, your conscious mind cares about the quality of your life. That's the part of you that wants that amazing relationship or to have a career that feels like you're playing all day. It cares about the quality of your life. Your subconscious defines safety very differently than your conscious mind does. Let me share this little skit I made for you. I know I'm going to be very silly, but I think it'll be more entertaining than me explaining this. I'm so excited we're meeting today. I have a few things I want to share with you. The first thing is I really want to build a business that I absolutely love. Well, being seen is not safe. I have this memory of you speaking up a lot in elementary school, and you had to sit in the corner in the front in front of everyone. Do you not remember how humiliating that was? Because I sure do. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that you are not seen, because that was not fun. I don't want to have us go through that again. Okay, then. Okay, the other thing I want is I really want to manifest the love of my life. Okay, well, I do have someone in mind for you. They're just like your mother. And you're going to be so attracted to them. And it's going to be like they're the only person in the room. They're going to be emotionally unstable. They're going to be selfish. Your needs are not going to matter. Oh, and I have a good one. They're going to put you on the back burner if they even put you on a burner at all. It's going to be great. You are going to be so attracted to them. I've got this. I know exactly who I'm going to have you be attracted to. Okay, then I have this third one. I want to be toned, thin, and sexy. Well, to be honest with you, I really don't know about that. How else are your parents going to notice you if you are thin? I mean, the more weight you have, the better chance they have at seeing you. And if they see you, then maybe you can finally get some love. I mean, we didn't get a lot of that growing up. I want you to think of your mind like this iceberg. Your conscious mind is the tiny little part above the water. Now, this is the part of you that wants that good quality of life. This is where your goals and desires to be different reside. This is the part of you that has that big dream, the vision board, or that New Year's resolution. But about 95% of this iceberg exists below the surface. This is your subconscious and unconscious mind. And guess which part took down the Titanic? Correct. It's the mass underneath the water. And that is the part that's taking down you. You see, most people are out there spending their time forcing themselves through willpower and discipline, using that 5% of their mind, wondering why they're not getting the results that they're looking for. It's kind of like pushing a boulder uphill alone. Once you start to heal the subconscious and the unconscious mind, it's not going to get in your way anymore. And in fact, it's going to start working for you and not against you. So all the things that are stopping you from having what you want, how did they get into your subconscious mind? Well, very early in life, when we're little babies, even in the womb, the subconscious mind is the part of your mind that's online and working, and it only has one job. The job is survival. Imagine a baby lying in a crib, crying and crying and crying, and no one's coming for them. Eventually, their subconscious mind will jump in and protect that little one. It's going to shut down that baby's emotional center so that baby doesn't waste energy crying and not having anybody come for it. You see, the subconscious mind wants that little one to conserve its energy so that that little baby can live. When this happens, the subconscious mind makes a decision. No one is coming for me. I can't depend on anyone. And this becomes part of the child's survival strategy. Fast forward 30 years, and this little baby becomes an adult woman who's hyper independent. She has a hard time asking for help. She struggles with intimacy because she can't depend on anyone to be there for her. And she burns herself to the ground trying to do everything on her own because her subconscious mind has recorded that traumatic moment and installed it in her mind to keep her safe. And that programming sounds like, oh, I can't depend on others because they're not going to be there for me. Because that's what this little baby learned. Gabor Mate, and I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, so you can take it out in the comments. He says that trauma isn't what happens to you, it's what happens inside of you as a result of what happens to you. So, in other words, it's the meaning that your mind makes about the experience that you have. And it's those meanings that become the programs that run your life as an adult and sabotage you. Most people update the software on their mobile devices at least once a month. But imagine if you never updated the software at all. What do you think would happen? The apps are going to crash. Your phone's going to freeze. You're probably going to have to restart it a bunch. And that's exactly what people who are experiencing self-sabotage are going through. They are running off the old operating system, the very first operating system that they downloaded when they were 3 years old. And they're wondering why they can't keep their word to themselves, why they keep getting in their own way. That's the apps crashing. When you update what's going on in your subconscious and unconscious mind, you'll get out of your own way and it'll be a lot easier. And self-sabotage will be a thing of the past. Speaking of the past, there's another layer to this. Sometimes the programming you acquire isn't just yours. It can come through your biological ancestors as well. I worked with a client who desperately wanted to rest. Every time she slowed down, she felt anxious and guilty. After we explored her family history, we uncovered that her grandfather survived Auschwitz by constantly working and performing. To his subconscious mind, stopping equals death. So generations later, that survival strategy is still showing up in his descendants, which was my client. Now, her unconscious mind was saying, I have to keep working or I'm going to die. It seems extreme, but after working together, she's been able to rest without the guilt, which is really lovely. Whether your patterns come from your childhood, your family system, or both, the important thing to know is this can all change if you want it to. If this video helped you understand yourself in a completely different way, I'd love for you to share this with someone who's experiencing self sabotage. When I heard this information, it completely changed my life because I was able to get the help that I needed to get out of my own way and become the woman that I know I'm capable of. And if you'd like to learn more about how self sabotage is connected to ancestral trauma, you can check out this playlist that I made for you here.